Never was the world in such a need of peace, and never has contentment been so hard to find. So many men reaching out their hands, our brothers and sisters in so many lands. If ever kindness was needed, then it cried out to us, the time is now. I want the peace, I want the love for all the world, people of joy, the children of hope, for all the world. Father of light, I'll be a light that you shine through, 'cause you are the peace and you are the hope for all the world. What's it gonna take before we show some charity, compassion and mercy, the way it's meant to be? Who takes the time for the ones who truly need, and pray for a nation that's out on the street? What man is greater than his brother, when in Jesus' eyes we're all the same? And I want the peace, I want the love for all the world, people of joy, the children of hope, for all the world. Father of light, I'll be a light that you shine through, 'cause you are the peace and you are the hope for all the world. Learn a song of freedom and teach it to our children. Let the pipes of peace ring out and pray the grace of God will lead the way. I want the peace and I want the love for all the world, people of joy, the children of hope, for all the world. Father of light, I'll be a light that you shine through, 'cause you are the peace and you are the hope for all the world. You are the peace and you are the joy. You are the love and you are the hope for all the world. You are the hope, you are the peace, you are the hope for all the
Wonderful. This is Sandy's new CD. It's called Another Time, Another Place, and it's phenomenal. I have it in my car right now. I would send a copy really early, and I love all of Sandy's recordings. I have to say, this is my favorite by a long way. Phenomenal songs. Another Time, Another Place. If you don't have it, rush out, but not quite yet. Wait till we finish the program, and then you can go get it. But right now, would you help me welcome Sandy? Hello, buddy. Hello, pal. Great. Good to grab a few. Yes.
This is wonderful. I'm so excited to be here with you.
Well, we're just thrilled because Saturday, Norman and I did not have a concert, a rare weekend.
Yes.
And we thought, let's go and see, because you know I'd never seen you do a full concert. So Norman and I flew up to Philadelphia to see Sandi and Wayne do a concert, and it was one of the most enjoyable evenings I have ever spent. It was great.
Thank you. We have a good time.
And you're up there for a while.
Yeah, yeah.
Almost 3 hours.
Yeah, when Wayne Watson has been great to have on the road, and he does part, and we have a good time.
Now, this time it was, you have 4 kids, and it was Buddy's weekend.
Yes.
To be with you, and he came on stage. Do you think they're watching at home?
I kind of think that they are. Jonathan, Anna's our oldest. She's 6.5.
Hi, Anna.
The twins are Jonathan and Jennifer. They're 3. Hi, Buddy. Hi, Jenny. And the baby is Erin. She's 14 months, and that very handsome man is John. There.
Now, where did you meet John?
I met him at college. He and I went to Anderson College in Anderson, Indiana. It's now Anderson University. And I was a music major. John was a business major.
Do you remember what it was about him that made you think?
Well, there were quite a few things, actually. But I was always drawn to his very gentle spirit. And I always thought, of course, he was very handsome. And he was so kind, and was a very hard worker. And you know, in college, you do a lot of, you know, variety shows and stuff, homecoming and things like that. And he always ran the lights, and I just thought he did such a great job, and he's still lighting up my life.
I wondered, when I heard you sing on Saturday night, you've sung for so many years now, and there's so many songs that people want to hear. And you must have sung them a million times. Does it sometimes happen in concert that a song you've sung and sung and sung suddenly means more to you on a particular evening?
Very, very much so. Because I'm not at the same place. And I hope that in my Christian walk, I will not be at the same place next year as I am this year. And some of the songs that I've sung for a long time, particularly the other night, a song called So Far, really hit me at this particular time in my life. So far you've brought me, so far you've taught me, so far that everything I need, you are. And now, another turn to take, another choice to make. I can't believe we've come so far. And when I recorded that, I was just newly married, didn't have 4 children, and now at this time in my life, my roles are very different, and the choices are very different. But I know that he's been with me so far, and the Lord will continue to be with me.
As we approach Easter weekend, and I've been doing a study on the words of Christ from the cross, and when he cried out, my God, why have you forsaken me? You've had a tough year. I mean, we were all horrified at the arson. But also, Buddy had a terrible accident. What happened with him?
Just about a year ago, right before he turned 2, he's a wild man. I mean, he's so full of energy and gets into all kinds of things, loves to explore. Well, one particular day, he was kind of playing with a very heavy piece of furniture. Pulled it down on top of himself. It was a hall tree that we have in our hall. Pulled it down on top of himself and got a skull fracture, which caused some bleeding into his brain. And so we immediately rushed into the hospital after the CAT scan showed that there was some hemorrhaging. And they did brain surgery on my 2-year-old, very full of life son. And I remember thinking, as John and I handed him to the nurse, I wonder if we were ever going to see him again. If we were ever going to hear his little chuckle and his wonderful laugh. And he has this gorgeous red hair, and they had to shave his head to do the surgery. And in God's tender mercy, God chose to completely heal him, and the surgeons just did such a beautiful job. And he's doing all the things now that got him hurt in the first place, just full of life again, and we're just so very grateful for that.
When the fire happened, I remember reading about it and being horrified. I felt cold inside. I felt sickened. How did you respond to that initially?
Well, initially, at first I was really numb. It's funny what you do when you're faced with a crisis and you hear the word immediately. Someone came to our house very, very early in the morning because they wanted us to hear it from them, not on the phone, and they said, the helping agency is on fire, and we're probably going to lose most of it. And I remember thinking, okay, well, can't really do anything, so I'll just go back to sleep. And
that's my kind of woman.
I tell you. But of course, then the truth of what they were saying hit, and you can't obviously go back to sleep. And for a long time, we really didn't know who was responsible for the fire and why. And there were some statements made that they would continue to harass us, which certainly put our family, I think, in real fear for a long time. And we just kind of closed ourselves off in our house. And then I think about 2 weeks after the fire, I thought, you know what? My God is bigger than this. And I am going to choose to trust in his power and his security and his protection, and certainly we need to be wise in that. But, you know, nobody can take the freedom that God has given us away from us. And so it was just really one day, John and I just decided we're just going to step out and trust God to be all that he is.
Now, I said that you've won 4 Grammys, 26 Doves. I know you don't sit at home playing chess with your Dove Award. What's most important to you in your life?
My relationship with the Lord is definitely the most important thing. To be the kind of woman that God would have me to be pervades all the other areas of my life. To be the kind of woman that God would have me to be helps me in my relationship with my husband. To be the kind of wife that God would have me to be, also to be the kind of wife that my husband needs. It's one thing to pray, Lord, help me be a good wife. But it's a very different thing to pray, help me to be the kind of wife that my husband needs. And to help me to be the kind of mother that my children need. And those relationships are very much the most important thing. And I want the choices in my life to reflect what I say my priorities are. And sometimes those choices will mean saying no to some things that are wonderful opportunities, but would take me too much away from my family.
I want you to imagine you're a fly on the wall, and it's a birthday party, maybe Anna's birthday party, and they're all talking about their mothers. What would you like, Anna? What would you like the most important thing about you to be in Anna's life?
Boy, what a great question. I hope that, 2 or 3 things come to mind. One is I hope that she sees me as someone who loves life, that there is joy. My mom is fun, you know, that she may express it that way. But I hope that there is a sense of joy. I hope that she will always know that I love her dad. And I hope that she will always know that however that translates to a 6-year-old mind and whatever words she uses, that Jesus Christ is a significant factor in my life. I hope those are the things that she knows.
Now, you mentioned that Wayne joined you as your guest, and I know that you and Wayne have recorded a phenomenal duet together called Another Time in Another Place, and a beautiful video. Was that fun for you making this video?
I've not ever made a concert, or I've made a concert video, not a concept video before. So it was a whole new experience for me, and I loved every minute of it. The director, Steve Yake, was just incredible to work with. And we recorded it out in south of San Francisco, in a place called Half Moon Bay that had a great lighthouse. And we were so excited because the weather was just incredible, the lighting and everything. We were kind of joking as we were doing the video that the credits were going to read kind of odd because lighting, God, set design, God, because it was just magnificent.
Well, why don't you take a look at it now yourself? It's a beautiful video. Another Time, Another Place. Here's Sandi and Wayne. Beautiful, beautiful. And that, of course, is from Another Time in Another Place. And it is a world record, but we happen to have a toll-free number where you can sit right now with your cup of coffee and call and order this tape or CD, 1-800-288-8087. And I promise you it'll become one of your favorite records of all time. Now, I know last year you co-hosted with Clifton Davis, the Dove Awards, and did a phenomenal job. Are you doing it again this year?
I'm doing it again this year. The Dove Awards will be April the 11th, and on the National Network. I guess that's okay to say, isn't it?
That's okay. We like those good folks down there in Nashville.
And it'll be live. It'll be a good show, I think.
Oh,
Clifton is wonderful to work with. He really is.
Yeah. If somebody came to you and said, "Okay, Sandi, for 1 week, we're going to take care of the children and Johnson business. You have 1 week, just you. You can do anything you want in the world." What would you do?
Oh.
Apart from thank God. Stay.
Yeah. Oh, boy, I don't know what I would do. I would probably find just a quiet little place and sleep for about 2 days. With 4 kids, you know, you don't sleep through the night much anymore. Just have a couple of good nights, sleep through the night, walk a little bit, exercise a little bit, study the Word a little bit, and then probably be ready to get back.
This is a well-rounded woman, folks. We have some people in the audience who'd like to ask Sandi some questions, so I'm going to ask our first person if they'd like to ask a question. Maybe you can introduce yourself first.
Hi, Sandi.
Hi.
My name is Angie Wooten. I'm from the College of William & Mary in Williamsburg. I was wondering about some of the things that have influenced your music. Do you have some classical training, or are there some specific musicians or singers that have influenced your music?
My mom and dad are probably, I grew up with them singing. My dad was a minister of music, and so that was certainly kind of my beginning of learning about music. When I grew up, I listened to Barbra Streisand a lot and Karen Carpenter, and their musical style and their communication skills were just wonderful. And I studied when I got to college. I studied music. I did a couple of operas and the arias in Handel's Messiah, and not the young Messiah, but the older, more mature Messiah. And really had a good time. In fact, I still touch base with my voice teacher from time to time. She keeps me well-oiled.
And every now and again, I do see Sandi in the back row of my concerts taking notes. So I'll say no more than that. We have somebody else with a question.
Hi, my name is Sharon Saban. I'm from Hampton, Virginia. And I just loved listening to all your music. And I just wondered if you had one particular song that meant a lot to you, and also if you had one special moment maybe in your concert that meant a lot to you.
Thank you. That's a great question. You know, there are a lot of songs that from time to time just really become very, very special to me. But I think right now there's a song on the new record called I Give You Peace that, you know, I think in the hustle and bustle of life, peace is something that all of us strive for. And it's not so much an external peace where things sit nicely in a row, but it's an internal peace that truly is beyond our understanding. But it's something that God graciously gives to us if we will receive it.
Now we have a visitor, a guest with us in the audience who has an unusual story. And perhaps, can you introduce yourself first and tell me, how did you first hear about Sandi's music?
Hi, I'm Leanne Paul, and I'm from Virginia Beach. Several people would come up to me and tell me that I looked like Sandi, and I never heard of you, so I went to the Heaven and Earth bookstore, and some people came up to me there, and so I bought it, and I listened to your music, and it blessed me in so many ways, and I was saved.
Oh.
Wow, Mindy!
That is so special. Thank you very much. That's why I do what I do, I think, because I know that the power of the Word that it has done in my life, and I'm just thrilled when I hear that other people's lives have been changed. But I kind of have a personal question for you. Do you think you could maybe fool my kids, because then you could go home and I could have that week off?
Hey, that works! She's only kidding, kids. Relax. See Buddy and Jenny up in arms at home. We want our mom. When you have such a crazy schedule and you're out so much doing concerts, how do you find time just to be a mom and to hang with the kids?
Well, one of the things that we try to do, we try to take our kids with us, but with 4, you know, we just feel like we're just, you know, babysitting all the time. What we've been trying to do this year is take one at a time.
It's a great idea.
Especially with the twins, you know, they are together all the time. And I just want them to really always have a sense that they're individuals and they're not this unit that's stuck together. So that has been great to take them one at a time. That gives us a great time with them. It doesn't overwhelm the whole schedule when we're on the road. And so they don't feel left out, and we feel like we're getting to know our kids just a little bit better.
I think we have one more question from our audience. What's your name?
Hi, Sandi. My name's Pamela Green, and I'm here. I live in Virginia Beach. And hi, Sheila.
Hi, Pam.
And I just wanted to say, about 6 years ago, when I first started listening to your music, I wrote you a letter
asking you how to get started in this business. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't expect an answer. But not only did I get an answer, but it wasn't just a one-page, one-paragraph answer, but it was a 3-page letter, detailed letter, with about 10 names and addresses of people that I could contact who help, people who want to get started in the Christian music business. And lots of good advice, and I just wanted to say thank you very much. And you don't know how much you have influenced my life. There are people here from my church who can tell you. But I just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh, that's so sweet.
Let me just put that telephone number up on your screen once more for Sandy's CD and tape. If you'd like to call right now, it's 1-800-288-8087. It would make a wonderful gift for someone. Maybe you can think of a friend who's maybe a little down at the moment. Well, I think one of the things I love most about this, Sandy, is that because you've been through a lot. I watched a documentary last night it was a tribute to Malcolm Muggeridge, that great British thinker and writer. And he said, in his 78 years, everything he learned of worth, he learned through suffering. And just in your choice of songs in this particular album, to me, you're a different woman today than even the woman you were a year ago. And we're all grateful to God for you. We love you. Thanks for being with us. It's wonderful.
It's been my pleasure.
Well, up next, a broken home leads a teen to take refuge in drugs. His story is